My name is Omar Ekram. I'm a partner at TCV, Tanmiya Capital Ventures, which is a growth capital / PE firm that's based out of Egypt. We do investments in predominantly late stage investments. We do a little bit larger tickets, so we do the $2 to $12 million in investment tickets, focusing only in Egypt by mandate. So this is actually my first time in Istanbul, and hence my first time in Startup Istanbul. What I think Startup Istanbul is different than other events I've been to is the sheer number of startups that you see. In addition to, you find a lot of startups coming from different areas with different backgrounds and different propositions, which is something you don't find in most other startup conferences, I guess, which is a part of Istanbul as a hub for that, and another part, it's the size of the applicants and the people coming in to present. Generally, we're sector agnostic, so we invest in across any industry. We're not specific to the industry. However, I think currently the two main interesting industries would be on logistics, which is very up and coming, and fintech, which is very needed, especially in Egypt. And maybe to a lesser extent in other places in the region. But fintech and logistics are two main industries we look at very actively now. Most of them are a little bit too small to invest in as a firm, but a couple that I could and I would be looking at maybe personally as in angel status maybe would be, there was one that, and I forgot the name, that worked as a financial advisor of a sense, which is something that's quite lacking in the region. You have to deal with the brick and mortar offices, you're dealing with actual agents, which doesn't really scale well. So something like that, it could be very interesting. Another possibility is a logistics play working in the freight sector. Again, it's quite interesting, and it's servicing a market that is quite fragmented. It's very manual, very old school, and is just ripe for disruption. I think the general trend has been investments in the sectors of marketplaces. So marketplaces in general, be it just this intermediation in general, is very hot right now. Again, specifically in logistics, I think this is where the coming wave is going to be. It's started ticking in the US and Latin America to a lesser extent, but it's still very new to this region. So I think this is where we'll see a lot of new opportunities and interesting opportunities, which investors are dying to invest in. And I think a couple of recent investments in the region have actually been oversubscribed 5 and 6 times just because of the sheer lack of opportunities in that sector, specific logistics. Fintech, again, it's a little bit globally, it's been done. A lot of people have poured money into it. Very limited money has been poured into fintech in the region. So while globally it is to some extent dead or not as attractive as it used to be, I think in the region it's going to attract a lot of money if someone can crack the different regulations you have in the region, which are a little bit more harder to crack than what you have in maybe the US and Europe to a lesser extent. Yeah, definitely, thank you for having me. I think I would recommend this opportunity to any entrepreneur, startup, even at the pre-idea stage, at an idea stage, that are looking for quite large exposure, because this venue gives you that exposure and it could get you a lot of mentorship, a lot of feedback that could be helpful for you to go on and go on with your journey at a later point. Thank you.